Well, a major shifting of the gears now, no pun intended, as we go back to Sonoma. Californians are more and more part of the NASCAR scene, thanks in part to Jeff Gordon, who broke down regional stereotypes about this series and, in the process, influenced a new generation of drivers. More from Scott Reiss on Gordon's return this week to his roots.
Jeff Gordon isn't just one of the greatest drivers in NASCAR history. He is one of its most important people. Gordon played a major role in the mainstreaming of the sport, which makes his Sonoma swan song that much more significant and that much more emotional. I caught up with Gordon as he began his homecoming tour.
King of the road right there, boys.
Jeff Gordon is the undisputed king of Sonoma Raceway. 22 starts, 17 top 10 finishes, 5 wins.
Hi guys, how are you?
But it all started here, about 75 miles east, at the old Cracker Jack track in Rio Linda. Little Jeff Gordon racing quarter midgets. Now his first trip back since childhood.
That was amazing to see how little had changed.
Except the name. It's now the Roy Hayer Memorial Speedway, but the memories remain authentic.
And that's the first place I ever raced. What I loved about it is this dirt track. It's slick, the cars can spin, and you had to really learn car control at a very young age. I really loved watching the young kids out there racing on that dirt track. It was a lot of fun, but sharing that with my kids who might race quarter midgets one day.
The reason why he's out front is he qualified fastest.
After reliving the racetrack, Gordon threw his drive down memory lane into reverse, hearkening back to his junior high days at Vallejo Charter School, or as it was known back then, Springstown Middle School.
I don't remember it being blue. I remember it being like a beige kind of color.
Be that as it may, the hallway's new coat does not paint the nostalgia of a driver's formative years.
Everything always sort of revolved around racing for me, and not much has changed in that sense. But certainly coming back here, which I had not done in a very, very long time, looking at these lockers and these hallways definitely brings up a lot of memories, but good ones.
Retrospection has its time and place, and there will be plenty more after Sonoma Sunday, not before.
I'm so focused on going there and competing and trying to win that race. You know, I haven't put a lot of thought into the fact that it's going to be my final race there.
I'm coming home, I'm coming home.
It's going to be an emotional day and weekend for me because as I go through it, I know I'm going to be thinking more about, well, this is the last time I'll be racing here. And Sonoma's meant so much to me. It's been a huge part of my NASCAR career. Great victories there, great experiences. Yeah, and one of my favorite tracks to go to on the circuit.
Which begs the question of Gordon's non-definitive retirement. Is this absolutely, positively his final Bay Area run?
I can't say definitely not. I don't have any plans to, and I doubt whether it's going to happen. I really do believe that after Homestead this year, it'll be my final race. But I never want to say never. If I were to come back and run some races in the future, you know, I can think of a road course like Sonoma being on the list.
Gordon's career resume is pretty awesome. 92 wins, third most in NASCAR history. 5 of those, as you know by now, came at Sonoma. He's a 4-time Sprint Cup champ. His 80 pole positions lead all active drivers and are 3rd all time. Jeff hasn't yet clinched a spot in this year's chase for the Cup, but fans across the country are rooting for him to do so. Maybe make one final magical run at a championship.